So complicated. This is literally why Konami was like, you know what? Actually, we need a new game. We need a new game, guys. And it needs to be a lot simpler. We're gonna call it Rush Duels. Oh, actually, we're gonna call it Speed Duels first, and we're gonna make Duel Links and see how that flies. And that didn't work out. Okay, we have Rush Duel now. Yeah, we have Rush Duel. It's like, that's why. That's literally why. And that's why also there's no modern core Yu-Gi-Oh standard anime anymore. Like the last one we've had was 4 years ago with Brains. That's why they're not gonna make another anime. The 25th anniversary was like the only chance we would have got a new anime. They didn't do it. They instead said, we're gonna Tokyo Dome, boys. And it's like, guys, like standard Yu-Gi-Oh, this form of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's gonna fall off. It's probably gonna die in about maybe 5-10 years. I'm just saying, because Rush Duel will be the new thing.
Oh my.
You inspired me to play Mecrogue yesterday.
The anime is running out of ideas due to Kazuki Takahashi gone? No, that's not why. Guy named Joe, Konami would make standard Yu-Gi-Oh anime if standard Yu-Gi-Oh anime made money. If standard Yu-Gi-Oh anime brought more kids into playing this freak show of a game, then they would do it. Doesn't matter if Kazuki's dead. It does not matter if Kazuki's dead. They're still doing Rush Duel. They're still doing Rush Duel. They didn't start Rush Duel. They didn't start Duel Links because Kazuki died. They didn't do that, right? They did it because the standard Yu-Gi-Oh anime, Reigns, was a bomb. Arc 5 is not bringing in new players. They're not bringing in new kids because once kids actually do buy the cards and once kids actually do try and play this fucking game, they get rule sharked and lawyered, right? And don't understand how to fucking play. And it's really hard to understand how to play too because it requires so much hand holding. It requires so much like explanation. So this game has no legs. It's not going to get any more new players. There's not going to be any more new kids buying the cards. It's going to die off in like 5 or 10 years unless they do make an anime. If they make an anime sometime in the future, then whatever I say doesn't matter, right? But then the fact that they're not making any new anime means that Konami has no faith in standard Yu-Gi-Oh! And that the ship has sailed. They're done. They're done with standard Yu-Gi-Oh! They're moving on to different things. They're using the IP to make different things. Duel Links and Rush Duel. You sound so negative. No one knows the future. It's impossible to predict these things. Well, tell me where I'm wrong. Like, tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where my line of thinking is wrong. People have been saying that since Teledad format is still kicking. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has the biggest YCS and Nats attendance in recent years. We need to bring that up. We talked about this, and we're going to talk about it again. This link... Almost 10,000 record-breaking duelists took part in the 2023 European Yu-Gi-Oh! National Championships. This is not one event. It's 20 national events across the entire continent. Not even 10,000. It was less than 10,000. This is also the first national qualifier that it is socially acceptable to go outside and come out from your COVID domes. Right? This is super heavily inflated. These numbers are super inflated. They're not truly representative of how well TCG is doing. How well TCG is doing? We already looked at it. We're going to bring up the numbers again. Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG, the last TCG thing got 10,000. Peak Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship got 50,000. If you look at Decade, his channel where he restreamed the finals, this is the viewership of TCG OCG. All of this. It peaked at Master Duel. This is TCG OCG. It's even lower than Duel Links. I don't think Pokemon anime is as big of a draw now. It's not a draw to you. It's a draw for kids. You have more kids buying into Pokemon as a franchise, as an IP. It lives longer. Does that not make sense? You can see evidence of what you are saying just by looking at other games. WoW, LoL are not bringing new young players in anymore. The population is generally older for these games. Yep, exactly. Because they don't cater to a younger audience. And if you're not catering to a younger audience, your game is going to die along with your audience. Right? And also, your audience is going to grow up. And unfortunately, for maybe a harsh reality for a lot of you, but a lot of people acquire and attain new priorities that aren't just gaming, that isn't just playing card games, right? And so they move on. Yu-Gi-Oh! Market strategy is just weird. They keep branching off their main game to further split the little market they have. They're branching off their main game because they have no faith in it. You have to understand, like, you have to figure out what they're doing and reason as to why. Why are they making Duel Links? Why are they making Rush Duel? Why do they not make a standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime? It all points to them saying TCG, OCG is way too complex. We are not making any new players. We need to stop now because there's money elsewhere to be made. For the past 3 years, Konami has been putting out card sets that pay tribute to each of the previous 6 eras of the game, including Arc 5 and Vrains. How exactly does that idea appeal to kids? It's a simpler card game because the kids can actually understand how to play this game. Look at this. Kids can actually understand how to play this game. It doesn't matter. They're doing retrains of Arc 5 and Vrains. Doesn't matter. They have an IP. Why would they waste their money trying to make new designs or like going wildly different in a different art direction when they already have these designs ready to go and ready to reuse and recycle? That's not proof that they're not trying to cater to kids. It's just proof that they're lazy and they don't want to spend money designing new, which makes sense because you're a business and you have all of this, and standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not going to go anywhere. I don't get Yu-Gi-Oh! Fanbase. They're all full of rage. It's just a card game. Play it if you like, delete it if you don't. I do like it. What do you mean? Why can't I talk about, like, what I like about the game and what's going on with the game? Like, nothing I'm saying is wrong. You guys are... A lot of you guys are saying you're wrong. They're not, like, abandoning standard, but they're going into Rush Duel. They tried making speed duels. They made Duel Links. They are branching away from standard Yu-Gi-Oh! They're not making standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. They're not making standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime because kids are not willing to learn standard Yu-Gi-Oh! They're willing to learn Rush Duel, though. That's why this exists. Why does this exist? You can't explain to me why this exists. If I remember, Rush Duel was kind of flopped in Japan, but that was years ago, though. It was years ago because they just started. Like, this is still going. They made... Do you guys know that they made Go Rush? Did you guys even know that there's a standard Yu-Gi-Oh? They have a Yu-Gi-Oh anime right now that's currently airing. And guess what? It's not standard Yu-Gi-Oh. It's Rush Duel Yu-Gi-Oh. Thing is, Yu-Gi-Oh in the East is still the huge phenomenon it was 25 years ago. The West is what's at risk, and we're seeing our biggest growth of tournament goers after over a decade. If Yu-Gi-Oh would have died, it died before now. It would have died before now? No, I don't think so. I think you guys are not understanding, like, the marketing appeal of anime, right? We talked about this at length. Look at any of the newer content creators, like me, like Nova, like Rena, like any of the VTubers that picked up this game, like Saikuno, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, right? Look at the category for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Every popular person that plays is a casual, right? Overwhelmingly, they're a casual. The top clips for Yu-Gi-Oh! is all casual gameplay. It's all casual gameplay, or it's someone restreaming the f***ing anime. This guy is literally restreaming the anime. This guy's literally just restreaming the anime. He's just rewatching GX and he's putting it under Master Duel. Okay? Everything else, all the top viewed clips are very casual, and they're probably not even the main subject is Yu-Gi-Oh! Right? And all of these people got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of anime. Because they knew what the anime was. They learned about Yu-Gi-Oh! From the anime. If there was no Yami Yugi, if there was no Atom, if there was no Exodia, these people would not be doing it. And so in 5 or 10 years, you're going to see Yu-Gi-Oh! Drop. Because they're not sustaining itself. They're not creating a new audience. Standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyway. Rush Duel is where Konami is putting their eggs. Why is it so hard for people to understand that standard Yu-Gi-Oh! Is too high of a skill floor for beginners? I don't know. There isn't a right or wrong in this case. Only time will tell. Okay. So you can't tell me I'm wrong. That's fine. Makes sense. It's like, it's so funny. It's just like, okay, like, only time will tell, or we'll see. It's like, okay, great. Yeah. I mean, of course. It's like, yeah, the sky is blue. It's like, I have an opinion. I'm sharing it. That's fine. But if you don't have an opinion that is actually trying to explain how I'm wrong, I don't really give a fuck what your opinion is, right? If you're just gonna say, well, time will tell, and oh, we'll see. It's like you don't know, and you know the future is like what it'll be, right? It's like, okay, yeah, and the sky is blue. Okay, yeah, and rain falls. Okay, yeah, water is wet. It's like, okay, you don't have an opinion, then stop sharing it. If you don't have an opinion, don't share it. The biggest issue is how hard it is to get into games so many mechanics. Yeah, we're gonna see that with this video here. Okay.